left, 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 left.
Mi nombre es Prhyli una miembro de la Asamblea Estatal representando el distrito 8, 10 y 8 en el condado de Nassau, Long Island. Que incluye las comunidades de Hempstead, Uniondale, Roosevelt, Baldwin, East Meadow y West Hempstead, Malvern. Ademos.
My friends, today, in 2014, racism has taken on a different complexion. It's very rarely that somebody comes up to you and says the S word or the N word. Racism today is done with a calculator. A calculator that formulates 13,000 per student in your schools, but in a wealthier district they get 20,000 per student. A calculator that no matter what formula you put in, the result of that calculator and the answer is an inequity for our community. We must fix that. We must equalize those shortfalls. And we have to stop that institutionalized racism. We, as a community, must put ourselves to concentrate on where our community is going. There are those who think about what they're eating for breakfast tomorrow. 10 years from now. We think about what we're eating for breakfast tomorrow. We must have a vision of where we're going as a community. The opposition in Washington has less to do with racism, and what it really has to do with is that 12 million undocumented persons in 10 years will be 12 million Democrats. That's what it has to do with. They want to prevent the empowerment. So you hold your heads up high because you fight injustice with the truth. And when people talk about the Latino community and the immigrants, you hit them with the truth. And when they tell you that all we want is Latinos to go by the same rules as everybody else, you tell them the same rules? 25 million European immigrants came here. A visa didn't even exist. All they had to do was go to Ellis Island, and a doctor looked in their mouth, and if they were healthy...
Please raise your hand.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Stephanie Teppin from East Hampton High School from the Suffolk delegation. I represent Assemblymember Saladino. Will the sponsor yield to a question?
Will the sponsor yield to a question?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Yes.
You may ask your question.
Does this take away the right of business being capitalist without government regulation?
I am Carla Cabrera from the Suffolk delegation, and I represent Assemblyman Saladino. I rise in opposition to this bill because we are only focusing in the perspective of the customer. Even though this bill allows more access for customers, it damages the business transactions because it takes away the right to act as a capitalistic entity. Eventually, it will cause big financial burden in our economy, and it would also take away the drive in businesses to compete. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name
A tus pies, yo solo quiero dar un beso y regalarte mi